Hello guys and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts Union Cross video. I don't feel surprised because I know I already know this. I actually get news from Japan every time, so I'm not surprised for this. So, let's go ahead and talk about the monthly Organization 13 member, and we're going to talk about the new medal that just came out. So, for this case, we actually have the month campaign, and the events feature the Organization 13. You got the chance to defeat every single person of the Organization 13. The only issue here is that you only gain special titles, magic broomsticks, and magic mirrors. That is all that you're gonna actually save from this. I actually fought some of those organization members, and they're not so OP. Some of them are OP. Some of them do actually do some damage. But the case here is that they actually have so much HP that I doubt that any new member or any newcomer can actually defeat them, to be honest. And Roxas is not even there. There's only 12 quests. You get their special titles. Some of those titles, they are just titles that you actually got here. For example, I fought I think they're from Demix, from Demix to Larxene to Marluxia to Luxord, to Sigmar and to Semnes that I got their titles, so I don't actually need them. That is the only downfall for this. One other thing here is that you're not gonna gain jewels now. Previously we got some trade medals to do, and it was because that, you know, each new organization member, you get the chance to defeat him 13 times, you can get his jewels, and also you can get the trade medal. Well, in this case it's all the opposite, so you're not gonna gain jewels, you're not gonna get trade medals, you're just gonna get his title, magic broomsticks, and magic mirrors. So I don't feel surprised. This is just another kick in the butt. Even in Japan they got the same treatment, so I'm not the one who blamed, so whatever, man. So let's talk about the new medal that just came out. It's called Roxas. This is our new boy. We actually got a Roxas within the 5 draws with the falling price deal, and as well there's the medal board that you can get a 7-star Roxas, you can get 3 trade medals, you can get attack boost 8 max, magic gems for 3, and 3 chips 3 gels, 2 sets 2, 10, and Hugh doing Louis. But the only issue is that if you want more trade medals, you need to get the falling price deal. You cannot rely with this thing anymore. You need to buy this one in order to get more trade medals. And look, in a matter of fact, if you see if it's actually convenient or not, even this is my favorite character, they did the same thing as the Organization 13, because this is a reuse animation of the KR19 because he's a dual wielder. I was expecting something like the falling pillars, the shining the pillars that he does when he's like in low HP, but no, they just reused the animation. He used the reused animation of the KR19, and he actually used the dark side attack or anything like that. Like the dual wielders are like dark attacks, so it's not so good. So if you want to buy this just to get the medal, go ahead and buy it. But if you actually want more trade medals, you need to rely with this one. So let's talk about if he's useful or not. So this is actually the same, almost the same as Sigmar and Semnes. In case this one will deal 13 hits for 1 turn, it will give you reverse and magic strength for 15, strength for 15, and also lowers the target's reverse and magic defense for 15. Resets count. It will give you damage 1 enemy or 0 part left, and it will give you 3 to gauges. The gauge that it will actually use is for 1. It's not a supernova, it's just shh. Oh my god, again my dog. I don't know what. Hey! Sorry guys, sorry, it's just my dog. Just my doggy. So for the 1 gauge that you're actually getting, it's very amazing. To be honest, it's a very good medal, but you know, it's outdated because he's not a supernova. It's not a supernova plus. You're not gonna get like 3000 extra and 3000 defense if you want to go ahead and upgrade. And if you want to get him just because you're a fan of this, then you can actually get him, but you just need to waste 5k of your jewels, or waste like 9k of your 12k of your jewels approximately, or 9k of your jewels for the falling price deal. But I don't know, I think that this is gonna be a skip for me. I don't have the sufficient jewels to buy the avatar board, and as long as I know there's gonna be a new anniversary for Kingdom Hearts that it's gonna be until the next week, so I recommend to save your jewels. I know that this medal is very good for you, but to be honest, I'm just gonna skip it. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna actually waste my, well, don't have even the sufficient jewels to that. One extra advice that I wanted to tell you guys, they actually gave us the skateboard Sora and the Kefka medal yesterday, and on Monday they gave us the 1k of jewels of the weapon master. So so yeah, this is actually something good. At least let me tell you the mechanic of the Organization 13 that we just got here. Well, an attempt of the Organization 13, because this is just a joke. So I did actually wanted to record the fights, but I don't know, I just didn't feel that I wanted to make a record because alright, so no. Look at the title, like look at the rewards. You're just gonna get the title and you're just gonna get the broomstick. So I just felt that I was just like so down for it, and I didn't want it to complete the Organization 13. But at least let me give you the mechanics. So each one of them, like Larxene and Marluxia, didn't have the sufficient strength to defeat you if you have a defense 5 max. But when I fought with Luxor, Demix, and then Axel, and all the kind of other characters, they just beat me in a couple of times here. So I just didn't feel that, you know what, I'm not gonna tank it. I don't have OP medals for this, and I just wanted to quit it. So the mechanic for this is that there's one specific Keyblade that you need for each one of the Organization 13 members. This is actually my setup to defeat her, but it was like in between 6 turns. And yeah, I don't have the OP medals to defeat her. So then as well, we got for Marluxia. Marluxia has his special Keyblade. It was the Divine Rose. I did defeat him between 6 turns again because he did me sleep attacks, and I didn't have the you know, the status to actually wake me up. And then Luxor was the hardest one. I actually tried to defeat Luxor, but he has an incredible HP. Well, not incredible HP, but he does an incredible defense. I didn't have. This one is that you really need grounded enemy as good as possible, because if you don't have grounded enemy, this is just gonna be like a joke for you. You won't be able to defeat him without grounded enemies. I tried to do it with my Elsa, and my Elsa, just to actually get a couple of power, but you do see here that there's no like there is no grounded enemy or anything like that. And as well with VVB, he doesn't have any grounded enemy, and the damage was just 1. But instead of my Vainitas, instead of my Aqua, and instead of my Lightning, they did damage because they actually have grounded. So if you don't have grounded, this event is just gonna be hard for you. Then this one, I tried to defeat Demix, but Demix will lower your strength and he pushes his defense, and I didn't have the opportunity to buff myself, so I used my Kari. Instead of using Kari, you should use like Kari Kingdom Hearts 2 illustrated one, and then use your Kari, no, your normal Kari to actually do the override. But even so, the other attacks that I actually tried to do him, it was not so good for him. So I tried that for that kind. Even Axel have his special attack, it's the Fenrir. In this case, he boosted his power defense and lowered my power attack. So you need to actually use one of your override attacks, and in this case you can use an Asset instead of Xion. But if you actually are desperate for that power, you can use Xion and to override, and then use your Kairi here to actually get your maximum advantage. Then yeah, I did actually have, well, this is just a normal setup that I actually use in my normal attacks, but instead of using the Sephiroth here, you can actually use the Final Fantasy Record Keeper, but you need to get a grounded, so that's why I didn't even change it. If I do have grounded enemy, if this one doesn't have, I just ignore it. If you don't have any grounded enemy, do not use them. You actually need, you do need them. If you don't have them, then don't use those medals. It will not make you worth your time. So you better use every single one of them grounded enemy. So you have to use that. Then we have Darkgnaw. In this case, you just need, again, he unleashes a great attack when he counters or in a few seconds. So he will not lower your stats, but if you try to defeat him, if you try to use his attacks or anything like that, and he counterattacks at 0, you need those medals that it will just lower those counterattacks. Like Xion, like those 2 Xions, for example, they're a good example to try to lower your attacks. Ansem, let me check, maybe Ansem does have a count that it will reset, or it will just make the count. Okay, this one doesn't. So you do need metals that it will try to not lower his attacks or try to stack those attacks instead of going to counterattack with 0. So for this one, this is a dark null, so you better use your better equipment for for metals who actually have grounded enemy, or for metals who actually try to use to stack those attacks. Sax, I don't think that he's gonna be so OP unless that you put him attack at 0, but use your better metals who actually have those kind of attacks, and to stack those attacks, and as well to try not to go to that counter to 0. Section, I never fight with Section, but let's go ahead and read his description. So he says, clock a skirmish, and when he's crit, and he will use him counter attack at 0. Watch out for attacks that lower your strength or inflict status effects. Okay, this one is actually a tricky one. So as well, he says that you need counter attack at 0, so you can use something like a XIII or something that it will stack, because this guy actually gives you 0 enemies apart left and then count per 10. So this one is a very good one. Unfortunately, this one only has strength and aerial. I hope that I actually got any kind of another grounded enemy, so you need those grounded enemies to do that. I don't know why I actually have to set up, maybe it was just a random setup that I just did. So you actually have magic ones, so you better want to use your KR19 and as well your HD Aquas, something very good, and it will give you the advantage to go ahead and do that, and it will lower your strength and inflict status effects. So you better want to use again your Kingdom Hearts 2 Kairi X. In this case, I do have her. This one is actually my favorite one because I actually use that for PvE for the second chance 4. So in this case, she does have grounded, but the multiplier is not so good, and as well it's a buffer metal, so you don't actually want to go ahead and use her for any kind of inconvenience. So you use her, and then you use your Kingdom Hearts Kairi, and then you just carry on with the rest of your metals. So you have 3 wishes. You can only use this metal Keyblade, so you better go ahead and do what you better. Success. I know that this guy is boosts his strength and power attacks to hit hard. So in this case, you want to go ahead and use a Yenso, or you can use a Demix to try to lower his strength as well as good as possible. You got the Olympa. So the Olympa, unfortunately, those kind of attacks that it's speed metals, it's not going to be good for him. But as well as I know, he doesn't have any counter, he just attacks you with powerful attacks. If you want to go ahead and do something for him, you just want to go ahead and use your Kairi. You can use one buffer metal, your buffer metal that is going to be Kairi, and then try to low him, try to tank him if it's possible. I never ever, in this organization members, I never try to use the tanks, because you need to defeat him between 3 turns. So for my case, you can go ahead and use your OP metals and use one of your metals who have second chance, so you can have an extra continue. As long as I know you don't want to do with the continue, because it says that you can defeat this enemy without any continue, but you can go ahead and defeat him between 3 to 4 turns. I think that the ones that are worth it will be 3 to 5 turns. But remember that you need to waste 100 of Yules so you can get that extra continue and use the rest of your supernovas. So as I said, you can go ahead and use one of your buffer metals, you can go ahead and use one of your OP metals and try to defeat him so hard. But remember, those speed metals are not gonna be good unless if you have those grounded enemies. So you need those grounded enemies as good as possible, because those grounded enemies for each organization member will actually be very good for you. Vexen. So Vexen, let me go ahead and read for him. So it says, get smaller with every attack and one with every hit. He also has high defense that he boosting during battle. Okay, high defense. For defense, you just want to use an override metal. As you can see, every override metal can actually defeat him. You're going to use Diamond Dust. I already know that because he actually uses freaking ice. So what you want to go ahead and do with this guy is that you need an override metal again. You can use the or even Xion. Xion is actually very good because you're going to use only reverse damage. So use your Xion here. If you want to go ahead and just take out this Kairi, you can go ahead and use Xion X and then Illustrated Xion, so you can get your maximum advantage of the reverse damage. So yeah, this example is almost perfect. You can actually go ahead and use this one to override his defense. You can go ahead and do this one to make the complement of the of the reverse defense, and then you can use your Semnes, even though that Semnes doesn't have an incredible multiplier and the damage is just like meh. It will complete to do all the damage that you need to do to get the reverse damage. And Maleficent is very good for this kind because look at the multiplier, and the supernova is just amazing by just getting the 300 plus here. And as well, the Demex, you don't need to use any Demex. You can go ahead and use any other override here, but keep in mind that the override that you need to go ahead and complement will be just like speed reverse metals if you want to go ahead and do it. Or you can use your lightning, because lightning can actually go ahead and buff herself by using just one attack. So you can put that in your spirit part, or as well you can use your friend allies. You can still use your ally friends, and as well you can use the Marluxia. Maybe Marluxia is very powerful for that, but as long as you have your friend metals and you have like a Ventus or another lightning or any kind of those metals, you can go ahead and do it to defeat Vexen. Solden I never used to him. So he uses boost his speed attacks. He unleashes attacks that remove your strength and defense boost. Okay, so for Solden, as long as I know, you actually have your Sleeping Lion, so in this case you will be using speed metals. You do want to go ahead and use a Sephiroth here, or another OP, another OP attack metal, or even use your Terra or anything like that. So you want to go ahead and, again, he will remove your strength and defense boost. So in this case, there's no need of an override. If he uses any kind of defense boost or anything like that, you can just go ahead and remove his attacks by just using your Kairi. So use your Kairi, use your Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi, and then carry on with the rest of your attacks. That is all that I can go ahead and tell you guys. This is not like he will just unleash his special attack until the last. So you better go ahead and do that. Sekbar, we already fight Sekbar for this, but in this case, good thing that you have an attack metal, because power metals, it's what they actually defeat Sekbar. I don't need to defeat this guy because I already have his title or anything like that. So you have Treasure Trove. You need to get your best OP metals that you can use. You can use an HD Terra. You can use a Sephiroth. You can go ahead and use your Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth. Any kind of attack metals that it will damage this guy. He's not so bad. Like when he is below 70 and then 30, he will just counter attack. But the counter attack is that it's just 300 of damage. That was on the previous organization members. So you want to use your OP metals for this, and it will be so easy for this one. And Semnes, let's see about Semnes. So for Semnes, you're using Diamond Dust again. So for the Diamond Dust, exact same strategy that I did with Vexen, because you actually want to go ahead and do this, and it says when he draws HP, he will go ahead and use his abilities to enhance his defense and lower your strength. So you want to go ahead and use an override metal here. You want to go ahead and use an Ava. Ava is very good to override your attacks. Or even so, you can go ahead and use your Xion. Again, with this strategy, you can go ahead and crush this guy. But instead of using your Sephiroth, you need something that it will defeat him, and it will be, or even your Final Fantasy Record Keeper Lightning, or any other OP speed metals that you can have. So I'm not gonna do this event. To be very honest, the rewards are just like so lame. I don't think that I want to go ahead and complete this. And as well for let's go for the shop. So in the shop, you can actually go ahead and buy this one, because look at the amount. You have 2.7k. It actually started with that. It didn't start with 3k, but you only have 5 days to go ahead and do this. Why 5 days? Like the other organization members give us like what's it called, like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, and this one just says 5 days. So this is another kick in the butt that they actually did to us. So I don't want to buy this one, to be honest. This is a very good skip. For the medal award, I think that it's still this one, Supernova Deal, the Xion and Kairi. For those people who doesn't have those buffer metals, it's gonna be perfect. So for newcomers, this is just a very good start for them. You can go ahead and buy them. 15k of your jewels. It will worth it for the rest of your life on Kingdom Hearts Unicross. Those two are just very good for any kind of situation, PvE, PvP, on your story, promo quest, everything. So you actually need to go ahead and go for those two medals. As I said, you can use a defense 5 max. You don't need an attack boost or anything like that. You just need your Oh yeah, you just need your defense boost 4, 3, 5 max, anything like that, and it will help you out. And if you want very good PvE content, if you're not gonna go for the PvP, just give them second chance 4. So those two medals are very amazing. As I say, Roxas are very good, but for the amount of that you're buying for this, it's just not so worth. And as well, the Rico replica will be over until Friday, and as well for Axel, and as well for the other ones. So you'll have one day to buy any of those banners. I know that people are not gonna buy those banners, and I know that people are not gonna buy the newcomer as well. But for Rico replica, you only have until Friday, and then for those two for Friday. So I don't know what kind of other banners that they're gonna give us or anything like that, but I'm short of jewels, so I'm not. Even if they actually want to go ahead and give us like a new banner or a new something, I don't know. But all that I can say is that save your jewels for until the next month, because I know that there's gonna be a special event. There's gonna be the anniversary of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and I hope that we can get something better for this. So save your jewels. I'm out of jewels because I wasted all in the Final Fantasy Record Keeper. It was a worth of my life, a worth of this thing. So it's the best deal that I actually have here. So I think that this is gonna be all for today's video. I know that many people are just disappointed for this event. They just give us special titles, they just give us Magic's Broom, and they didn't give us any jewels. And the reason that they didn't do any jewels is because people who didn't want it, he just wanted the 5k for themselves, and they didn't want to waste those 5k for the organization members. That's why many people on Japan were complaining about it. On Japan, it was like, hey, why did they didn't give us this amount? Why they didn't give us this amount? Or why did they actually give us the 5k and the trade medals? It was because like you're just using your 5k to save it, and you don't want the medal. So many people did that. In my case, I did that for Large Scene, for Marluxia, for Demix, for Sigpart, and for Semnes. I did buy them because Semnes is one of my favorite ones. I like the animation of Sigpart. Larxina was like a meh, I don't like her. Marluxia was like amazing. I like Demix. His Demix was a very tanky god in this moment. And Luxor, I just didn't want him. I don't know why, because Luxor, his event was like, you needed to defeat this guy by using random attacks, and I didn't have those medals to defeat him. So remember, you still have your weekly raid event. For each day you have the Organization 13 avatar parts, and tomorrow is going to be for Shion, and this is going to be over until tomorrow. This is just a jack of all trades. Don't worry, you have until 11 days. You can get up to 51 tickets in total. You can buy VIP and get another 7 in total, and as well you can get any medal that you want, any kind of situation that you actually have. And as well, it's very awesome, this one. There are so many you know, Supernova that just came out. I saw Vanitas, I saw Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku, I saw Sora, and as well an Aqua. So this is actually very amazing. So you don't waste anything, and if anything that you can go ahead and waste just by using your time, and you will get any medal. So I'm still expecting to get any kind of other stained glass. I hope that I can get another one soon. So well, that is gonna be all for today's video. I know this is just disappointing for the Organization 13, and they're just giving us 5 days so we can buy that banner, but to be honest, it's a skip. Even the animation is not good, so try to skip this medal. It's not so good. I know that I'm gonna disappoint my boy. The Organization 13 avatar will be until the 18 days. The banner is gonna be over until the next 5 days, so save your jewels. Just save your jewels. Save your jewels until April. You don't need to waste any other thing that in April, so just forget about this. We try to save your jewels for the anniversary. I'll buy my other 2 VIPs into the next 2 weeks, and I'll get approximately between 15k of jewels, and I hope that they can give us like jewels for the anniversary. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that. Maybe they're just gonna do like, oh, I'm gonna give you another 15k or another 10k of jewels, and see what do you want to go ahead and waste for the anniversary. I hope that they can do that, and if they don't, I'm just gonna, all the hopes for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is just gonna be the Square Enix, they're trying to be greedy for that. So yeah, I don't think that you don't want to continue with this game. If they continue with this, I'm just gonna retire for this, and I don't mind by wasting all the money that I just inverted in this game. But well, they're asking for it. They're just asking for it. So Cena, do not let us down. Please, you can do something better. This thing was just a waste of our time. This is just a kick in our butt. You're just you're not appreciating your fans for this situation. It's not that I want to be greedy or anything like that. I just, for free to play players, this is just so lame and so bad, because this is the only time that we actually got 5k of our jewels is the organization event. Some other events that they gave us, but it's not enough. I don't know why Square. I don't care. I know that you actually wasted like 300 million of your dollars by the Final Fantasy 15 project or anything like that, but please don't be greedy for us. Please, you need to consider your fans, because if you're going to continue with this, obviously many people are going to quit, many people are going to rage, many people are not going to be happy, and obviously the falling price deal with the percentage that you're going to get, and even if you buy VIP, the percentage is still lame. You know that you're just what's it called, that you're just you're not doing very well to appreciate your fans. So I'm just gonna say that. I think that is everything that I need to cover. There's nothing else that I need to say to this, guys. So save your jewels and wait for the anniversary. I'm gonna be out. I'm just disappointed. I don't think that I'm gonna grab Unicross for today. It's just disappointing. So I'll see you guys into the next video, and may your hearts be your guiding key. Peace, guys.